We are down here at Twin Eagles Golf Club in Naples, Florida with the one and only Dr. Jim Suttie. I've been fortunate to take a few years of lessons from him, and it's been quite an honor to learn from you. You've helped my game become so much better. But Doc, thanks for having us down here. Just want to ask a few questions. And how did you get started in this great game?
Well, you know, to be truthful, when you lose your game or can't play or can't compete, that's when you decide to do something else. But I had a real passion for helping people get better, you know. My game was okay. I played mini tours and things like that, but couldn't break that magic mark where you really now got to shoot 5 under just to be competitive anymore. But so I got started through playing first, I think, which everybody does, and then if they find out, well, do you like to teach? And I did like to teach, so I decided I'd go into teaching. That was about, hate to say it, about 50 years ago.
Well, you've got a title in front of your name as Dr. Suttie. What did you get your doctorate in, and how has that helped you maybe become a better teacher?
Well, you know, again, I don't know if it helped me become a better teacher, but I did get my doctorate in an area called biomechanics. And I did a modeling techniques, took several pros and averaged their swing out in 10 positions and found out what was common in all their swings. And so I guess if I'm known for anything, I'm kind of known for that, and also the use of video. I think I was one of the first guys that really got into video. I used to carry around this heavy recorder. I would film every swing I could get on the PGA Tour, and I wanted to know what they all did. And I found out one thing, that they're all different.
Well, you mentioned the pros, and you worked with a lot of great pros. Maybe you could just tell some stories or success stories you had with some guys on the tour.
Well, first of all, Paul Azinger was on my golf team years ago at Brevard Community College, where I was coaching. Paul basically was 12 handicap when I got him. I kept him on the team because I just liked him. And you know, to see him go from that kind of competition to where he won 13 tournaments on the PGA Tour was kind of amazing.
So, all these great players you've worked with, what sets them apart? You know, you see all these guys with great golf swings, but what makes them a winner on the PGA Tour?
Well, you know, as you know, being a competitive athlete, it's usually mental. You know, it's they get the mechanics, and they can either do it brain-wise or they can't do it brain-wise, and you got to keep encouraging them and help them with what they can do, and find out what they can do, and not just say, hey, well, you're fixed and you're going your own way. It's a lot more to it than that. They have to decide they want to go to that level. So.
Well, let's talk about us, or me as an amateur. How different is it coaching an amateur compared to somebody who has the skill set and has already been maybe coached before?
Well, in the pros, you don't really want to work with much of their mechanical stuff because it won't change, and also they won't listen. But I work with their setup, and I work with their tempo and their rhythm and how they see shots, and but I don't really get too much into mechanics unless they get way off, you know. But in amateurs have to practice on the practice fairway, mechanical stuff or fundamentals, and when you play, you gotta take maybe one swing key and go with it, and have it help you. But the amateurs, you can really give them information. Pros, they don't want a lot of information.
What's the #1 problem or the thing you're set up to try to fix on an amateur to get started?
Most amateurs will use their hands and arms too much and not their body. So it's a combination. You have to use both. You know, in the 80s and 70s, they were talking about arm swing all the time. I always disagreed with that because golf is a sequential motion. This, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the golf swing. So it's not just arms. It's not just body. You know, it's a little of everything. So I would say knowing what to give people and to know the sequence of the action is what you're really looking for.
You seem like you're not going to stop anytime soon teaching, are you?
No, I think, Patrick, you're going to have to pick me up for my last lesson.
Well, Doc, thanks for having us down here, and I just personally want to thank you for what you've done for me in my golf game to get me started to become a better golfer and win some money on the golf course.
Oh, I'm going to tell you what. When I started with you, you look like a football player, but you look like a golfer now.
Well, thank you. A lot goes to you, so I appreciate it, Doc.
Oh, you're great. I love the way you swing.